What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, you'll know that we talk about guitar stuff all the time. And if you're really new to the channel, you might not know that we used to do this thing because we used to live in an RV full time. Not this one. And we, every once in a while, would make a video on the picnic table. We have not done that in quite a while, but I've been on the road for a few days, and it's been making me think about some stuff about Tonewood. Now, I know that there are a lot of folks out there who feel very strongly either way, right? That Tonewood doesn't matter in an electric guitar. Tonewood does matter in an electric guitar. So whether you are, you know, if your son's middle name is Mahogany, if you belong to the Seventh-day Tonewood Adventists, if you've got a, I don't know, above the ash tramp stamp, or something, if you're like really into this stuff, okay, I will not disrespect anything you say at all whatsoever. If you think that it's the dumbest thing ever that people even talk about Tonewood, I respect that 100%, because this is not a comparison video. This is something that I've been thinking about a while. Let me show you the guitar that I have with me. This guy right here is kind of my main travel guitar that I take with me all the time. So for those of you that are not familiar, I have a full-size McPherson carbon fiber Sable, and then this is also the Touring. Now, this is an acoustic guitar, obviously. Not an electric guitar. They work completely differently. There is a different ethos about how they're designed and why they're designed and what they're designed for. But what I was thinking about, in fact, I was letting a couple people play this while I've been on this trip, is what is important to you about your guitar that makes wood so important? So this is what I want. I want to have a conversation in the comments after you watch this video. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And I want to have a bit of a different conversation here. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you feel about how it applies to an electric guitar at all. So you don't even need to get in the comments and make those comments, because we don't even care about those. I don't want to argue about it. I don't want to, this one's better, that one's better, I can tell because blah, 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 your ears aren't good enough, and then we end up belittling each other as guitar players. That's not what we want. My contention is that if this is so important, because on a lot of levels it is. Have you been watching the latest videos that Paul Reed Smith just put out? Really interesting stuff. The construction of the guitar, the materials and everything, it all lends to a fantastic instrument, right? But here I have this thing, there's no wood in it at all, and it's fantastic. But there's a lot of people who would say that they would never play a guitar like this. So my question is, instead of arguing about it, what I want to know about wood guitars, and tone is not allowed to be in the answer. Do not say tone. But everything else, what about, and you can say certain woods, whether it's mahogany, spruce, maple, whatever wood, I want to know why and what you like about that wood. Is it the appearance? Is it the color? Is it the grain structure? Is it the feel? Is it the texture? Is it the weight? Is it the density? Is it the, I don't know, right? All of those things, because all those things contribute to the player experience. So it's really important. I'll give you just kind of my rundown on it. I care about weight more than anything in an electric guitar. I love to have a 6.5 pound guitar like that. I like light guitars. I care about how the neck feels, right? I want it to feel good. Now, there are aluminum necks, for example. I don't like how they feel. There are some finishes on electric guitars that I don't like how it feels. right? Like an Epiphone to me just feels like plastic. I don't like that. This carbon fiber guitar does not feel like that. The interesting thing about carbon fiber though is it feels cold when you first pick it up and you have to play it for about 5 minutes and then it warms up, where wood has a warmer feel to it. I don't mean tone, I mean the actual feel of the wood. So that's interesting. The balance of an electric guitar is important to me. Like, I don't want it to be too, tilt back and forth. I want it to feel good that way. I want it to look good, right? And I want the wood, obviously, to have a good story. I don't want it to be just some lumber that you got from China. Like, I want it to be cool. I want it to be cool. I want my guitar to be cool. So what aspects make wood in a guitar important to you? I think it's a great conversation to have because in 2025, material sciences have developed so far that there are materials that in engineering terms would actually work better in an electric guitar than wood. More stable, like this. I've not tuned this guitar for a month. And it's been banging around in the van for a week. It's had a bunch of people play it. Nobody's tuned it. I've told them not to tune it. I think Don played it the other day and he down-tuned the D, but other than that, it's not been tuned for a couple of months. Super stable. So there are materials that will work better than wood for electric guitars. The only reason we use wood is because in material sciences history, that's what we had. And so that's what we made guitars out of. So my question is, in 2025, when you can make aircraft, and you can make Formula One cars, and you can make bows, and you can measure vibrations down to the thousandth of a millimeter, and you can understand all that stuff in a synthetic material, what is important to you about your electric guitar? Do you want it to feel warm? Do you want it to feel bounced? Do you want, not tone, we're not talking about tone. We're talking about all the other touch points, the other aesthetics, the other everything about an electric guitar that's important to you. Because I would like to pose this hypothetical. If we could come up with another material, I don't want to know what it would be. Maybe it already exists, I don't know. But what aspects would it have to replace wood? What aspects of it, and this is why I'm kind of building up to this, with what you love about your guitar, acoustic or electric, I guess, it doesn't matter. But what would be the aspects of your guitar that would need to transfer into some synthetic material? If that synthetic material didn't do this, I wouldn't want it. It would have to have this, it would have to have that. So for me, it would have to be, a completed electric guitar would have to be 6.5 pounds. It would have to be perfectly balanced. It would have to feel warm to the touch when I play it. It would have to be able to have basically any finish that I wanted to put on it. Besides wood finishes, because we're not talking about wood here, although there are ways to do it. We know that there are some carbon fiber acoustic guitars that have integrated wood laminates for beauty purposes, which is very cool. So anything is possible in 2025 when it comes to the material sciences of this. What else? I want it to, not tone related so much, but vibration related. On an electric guitar, it's more fun to play if it feels more lively. Okay, and we're not talking about tone, but we're talking about what you feel in your body when you strum the guitar, right? I like that. It's a more tactile, it's a more real, it just feels good. We've all played guitars that were just kind of dead. It's just not that fun. For me, personally. You might like it, totally fine. And obviously we want good sustain, we want good, that gets into the tone side of things. It would have to be easily machinable. It would have to be, I would like it to be structurally a material that you could do different things with without having design constraints. So for example, certain neck designs and stuff there are constraints to that, like for example, scarf joints and the Gibson neck and various things like this have limitations to them with wood, and you have to do scarf joints and all this stuff, where with carbon fiber, for example, you don't, because the structural integrity allows you to do it. So there are, would you want to have a neck with no joints in it? Would you want to have a neck through? Would you want to have, like, all those things? Think about that. Think about that. And if there's any engineers in the comments who are familiar with synthetic materials that might fill the bill for what people want, what would those materials be? Maybe we will revisit this in a podcast, like on our Tuesday podcast, maybe in a week or so, and we'll go through the comments and we'll just see what is the most important thing about an electric guitar. What are the things that would have to transfer into a synthetic material? I've been thinking about it a bunch because I've been playing only this guitar for the last for the last week or so, because I've been on the road, and there's been no downside to it. It sounds awesome. It feels good. It plays good. It stays in tune. It's really, really cool. Of course, this is an acoustic guitar, but what same kind of concepts could transfer to an electric guitar? I don't know. I think it's a really neat thought exercise. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for hanging out. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. You're going to have to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you can catch the follow-up video, because I want to further this conversation. This is one of those things. I've been thinking about this a lot before this trip too, but I've been thinking about this a lot. I just think it's really important to kind of open our minds as guitar players to be like, what's out there? Maybe the reason nobody's making an electric guitar out of some synthetic material is it could be manufacturing, it could be scalability, it could be cost. But my guess would be more so nobody's been able to capture those important things that people want to see in their guitar outside of wood. That's my guess. And a few people have been able to do it with electric or acoustic guitars, such as McPherson. If you've not played one of these McPherson Tourings or the McPherson Sable, I definitely recommend you do it. I've had basically almost, except for one, the opportunity to spend time with all the carbon fiber guitars that are out there and that are readily available, and these are my favorite. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you